We are live with week 76 of Vindication. I am Alexander Shaw, joined as always by Scott Sykes. Scott, how are you doing here tonight?
Hey Alex, I'm not doing too bad. How about yourself? I mean, we got a stacked match card ready for tonight. As for the first match, we have Adam Cubas taking on Ethan Blake.
Adam Cubas, some would say one of the veterans of the CWL, not having much success in his time here, but he's one of the few men that have been here since the beginning, and you have to respect that. Going up against one of the newcomers, and Ethan Blake.
Ethan Blake not had a lot of luck here on Vindication as of late, but let's see if he can pull one out of the saddle and pull off a victory.
The opening match for Vindication is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Adam Cubas.
The experienced Adam Cubas making his way down to the ring. Very rare that we see Adam Cubas in action, the outlaw himself. However, I think the fans are in for a real treat tonight.
Adam Cubas comes to the ring often here on Vindication, not often though picking up a victory. He has not had the best record in the CWL, only picking up one win in his tenure. But as you said, he has been here around for a while, the original outlaw. Let's see what he can do against Ethan Blake.
And his opponent, weighing 144 pounds, from Chicago, Illinois, Ethan Blake.
Coming down to the ring, the Archangel Ethan Blake having a bit more success than usual, picking up a win against Ryan Quinn Harris and the legendary Starfield on week 74, picking up his first win here in the CWL. Pretty impressive first victory.
Well, it was impressive winning a fatal four-way match, but the odds were stacked against him maybe. However, you could have wondered if it was just luck, because, you know, with the other opponents, you got to wonder at least one of them is going to give you a victory.
Well, let's see if that was all luck or all skill as he goes up against Adam Cubas. Let's ring-a-ding-ding the bell and get this underway.
Right into a face lockup on a big snap suplex there by Adam Cubas. Immediately on the
Adam
attack.
Cubas.
That's exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, he needs to keep Ethan Blake, the high flyer, he needs to keep him grounded here. Can't let him pick up the pace very much, or else Ethan Blake could just run away with this one.
Of course.
As he hits a big neck breaker.
And Adam Cubas might find himself running into an angel kick if he's not too careful, but I wonder if it'll be Adam Cubas that stands tall. Fireman's carry takedown by Ethan Blake, getting the upper hand, lifting up Cubas to his feet. What's Blake got in mind here? Setting off the ropes. Oh, what a super kick! Nearly took Cubas' head off with that one.
Super kick directly on the jaw of Adam Cubas, the original outlaw here, as Ethan Blake continues control. Working a more slower pace.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't often say this, but you were right, Alex. It is really in Adam Cubas' favour to keep Ethan Blake down, but he's not doing a great job here. Powerbomb. Look at the strength there.
Oh, not going for a powerbomb, tucking his head into a package. And almost a package facebuster there.
It's a very unorthodox offense there by Ethan Blake. Going to the middle rope now. Turning around. Oh, but missed the Phoenix splash there as Adam Cubas with a series of stomps keeping Ethan Blake grounded.
I'm surprised Adam Cubas is up so soon after that package facebuster. Oh, maybe that package facebuster
What on earth was that?
might have scrambled a bit. As we know, that move is banned in some promotion, has ended some careers. But Adam Cubas still able to fight on. Ethan Blake, though, not giving him an inch.
This is, I imagine this is kind of a bit of desperation here from Ethan Blake. We've seen a lot of different plays brought out from him as he goes go for a stun gun onto the ropes. I mean, you've got to wonder whether this is Ethan Blake saying, I've got one win, now I'm hungry for my second.
Well, it's a lot easier to pick up your second win than it is your first. It's easier to keep a ball rolling than it is for it to start. And now that he's picked up one win, the sky's the limit for Ethan Blake, but at the moment, he just got rocked by that knee to the face.
Now Cubas is again methodically keeping Blake grounded, targeting the leg, trying to slow down the high flyer, going for a diving move. Big senton off the middle rope, didn't quite get all of it though.
Landed right on the back of Ethan Blake, though. That might have been enough to put him away. No, not even a one count, as the Outlaw still keeping control of this match. Now, you've got to wonder, is it possible that the next time the brands are dual branded like they were at Undisputed, could we see the matchup between the Outlaw of Vindication, Adam Cubas, and the Outlaw of Nemesis, Buzzsaw Briggs?
That would certainly be one hell of a slobber knocker if we did, as Ethan Blake sends the Outlaw into the corner, turning him around. What's Blake got in mind? Backing up, and oh, up and over.
Oh, went up and over there, as Adam Cubas, almost hitting like a springboard forearm as he drove by there.
Adam Cubas is, of course, calling for good night. Ethan Blake better be careful. He's going to have some bad dreams, I think.
And as he hits a big Shining Wizard corner into a Bulldog, planting him into the mat, and now Adam Cubas calling Ethan Blake to his feet.
In the hair front, headlock position applied over the shoulder. Suplex, fisherman position. Wait, roll up!
Went for the roll up, 1, 2. No, in reverse, 1, 2. And another reversal, 1. And Ethan Blake, Adam Cubas able to kick out.
Stop horsing around in there and get on with it.
Well, Ethan Blake was able to turn in the neck breaker that Adam Cubas was going for into a roll-up of sorts. Almost about to, as Ethan Blake at the top rope, shooting star press, soaring through the skies. That could be it. 1, 2, 3, and Ethan Blake picks up his second win here on Vindication.
I have to give Ethan Blake his due. That was a picture-perfect shooting star press that ended the match there.
Picture perfect indeed, as Ethan Blake continues his role here on Vindication. Like I said, a lot easier to pick up that second win once you've got a ball rolling. Now you've got to wonder, now that he's got his second win, if he could pick up a couple more, could he be the next in line for Dylan Vincent's title or Isaac's World Championship? It'll be interesting to see what the future holds for this young man.
Well, I have to wonder, was it really Ethan Blake's victory or his moves that won? Because Adam Cubas made a series of fatal mistakes in that match that I think could have cost him this victory.
It'll be interesting to see, maybe if there's a rematch in future, maybe Adam Cubas would be the one to come out on top, but your victor tonight is Ethan, the Archangel Blake.
Look at that man. Picture perfect.
The winner of the match, Ethan Blake.
Now we've got a debut here, Jay Gion going up against Chris Princess. Maybe not the most normal of debuts that Jay could have here.
Welcome to the CWL, Jay Gion. I mean, hell, going up to Chris Princess, the master on unorthodox offense, that's going to be one hell of an experience for this debutee.
Hopefully Jay Gion has brought his A game here against Chris Princess.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from somewhere in Canada, Chris Princess.
Coming down to the ring, the ever flamboyant, the ever happy Chris Princess, despite coming off a loss to Dylan Vincent on week 73 in a Discord title match, still in high spirits, looking to make the most in this match here against the debuting superstar.
Indeed, Chris Princess, he's a very esteemed individual here in the CWL, very unorthodox individual. But he's not someone you'd want to meet in a room alone. Let's just say I've got a restraining order against this guy.
Former tag champion, challenged for singles titles many a times, Chris Princess, despite his look, is no one to be trifled with. Let's see how Jay Gion is able to combat the Chris Princess.
And his opponent, Jay Gion.
Here he comes, the debuting Jay Gion coming down. I like to call him Double J, making his slow way to the ring, and I'm not quite sure what to expect from this guy. What do you think, Alex?
Well, he seems to have quite the cocky attitude coming down to the ring, but we know a lot about attitude, but we don't know what he can do in the ring. I am personally excited to see what he brings to the table here in this match, and what a better person to debut against than someone like Chris Princess, who has been able to hold his own against some of the greatest names in the CWL today.
I like cocky and I like confidence, but you know, this is your first match here in the CWL. Show some respect. You're on hallowed ground right now.
Well, it's time to put up a shut-up for the debuting Jay Gion as this match gets underway. And these two meet in the center with Chris Princess going for a waistlift backbreaker there. Shades of his old partner Noah Morgan, wouldn't you say?
Indeed, that's very much the strength power move which you'd expect from someone like Noah Morgan. Front transferring position applied, and a European uppercut from Chris Princess.
Noah Morgan, obviously, in a match later tonight against the Starfields. Maybe hopefully he'll have as good as luck as Chris Princess is having right now. Currently in control of this matchup. Quite the height difference between the two.
Not just the height, but the size. I mean, you know, Double J is very, very lean as for a superstar.
Pretty lean, but as he goes over the top
into
a big sunset flip, powerbomb to the outside. And now Jay is back in control, and I spoke too soon.
He's bringing the big moves, but Chris Princess turning it around and with a ravishing neck breaker.
Ravishing neck breaker indeed, as Chris Princess stays on the attack despite the massive powerbomb to the outside. Now Jay Gion with a fireman's carry reversal there.
These two are battling to get the upper hand on the other. And it's all going to be who gets the upper hand. And a nice Frankensteiner there from JJ.
Double J staying on Chris Princess, throwing him into the steel steps.
Playing a little dirty, I kind of like that.
Good. Yes, but you might not want to play dirty against Chris Princess, as he's the master play dirty. Oh! He just dropped Chris Princess head first onto those steel steps.
And Jay Gion is currently in control, shoving Princess against the barricade. Crowd are getting a bit closer to the action they expected tonight.
And now the ref continues counting. Double J might not realize that we have a 20 count here in the CWL. He needs to get back in that ring before the count reaches 20.
Chris Princess looked like he was trying to do that, but Jay gets in control and sends Princess to the ring on his terms. He wants to play this by his rules.
Well, if you send Princess into the ring first, it gives him the advantage. He's got the high ground almost, as he goes for the pin on Princess, but not able to put him away.
It's going to take a bit more than that to put down a superstar like Princess.
Princess has been a bit dazed almost ever since getting dropped head first onto that steel steps. Now Princess back in control here with the fireman's carry. Reversal, picking him up to his feet, going for a body slam, but no, reverse into a reverse DDT by Jay Gion.
Jay Gion off the top rope, going for an SI moonsault there, but failed as Chris Princess was able to get out of the way.
The height he got on that moonsault was almost, you could probably get air miles off that.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we're going to get air miles off this. with a big club to the back and a big super backbreaker.
Back suplex there by Chris Princess. Now turning him around into a German suplex. And we've seen this before. German suplex into a Rainmaker.
That's it. Good luck.
Or it might not be good night as Jay Gion hits the Jawbreaker into an Enziguri.
What the Enziguri there. Again, great height on that Enziguri. JJ has proven himself to be a great high flyer today. Grabbing the leg of Princess and getting the upper hand once again. Lifting up. Wait. Powerbomb?
A powerbomb. Almost taking a page right out of Chris Princess's book. Saying anything you could do, I can do better, buddy. As he calls him to his feet. What's JG going for here? Oh, it looks like he went for a missile drop kick. Chris Princess able to get out of the way. But no, a big chop block right to the feet. And JG currently in control here.
Doing a great job of being able to outplay Chris Princess. Princess gets the upper hand, but just a few seconds later, Jay's got the upper hand back.
Targeting the head with those elbows and that stomp on the ears of Chris Princess. As Jay is back in control of this match. Sends him into the corner.
The question is, how long will Jay have control? Over the corner. Again, up and over. Oh, but an elbow.
Going around into a corner 619 there. Knocking Princess out, and that could be enough to put him away. But Jay isn't going for the pin just yet. I don't know why.
I think that's a bit of a rookie mistake. That was his opportunity to pin Princess right there. Lifting up Princess. Oh, see, there we go. Into a reverse STO goes Princess, and Princess now has the upper hand, and he's calling for the end.
Well, we saw Double J go for this earlier, but let's see the original Chris Princess sit-out powerbomb. And that could put him away. 1, 2, no! And JG kicks out of the sit-out powerbomb.
And Chris Princess is beside himself. Oh, but Princess going for a moonsault of his own.
A little bit of back and forth mirroring each other throughout this matchup. Chris goes for a cutter almost, and Jay able to push him off, chopping him to the ground.
I admit this crowd have got themselves one hell of a match on their hands as Jay's looking to end it, going behind. Oh, wait, what's this?
Almost like a dragon sleeper there by Jay. Just wrenching back on the neck of Chris Princess.
Princess struggling, writhing, and able to get out of the hold.
Able to get out of the hold there, and able to almost survive that onslaught by Jay Gion.
Jay Gion hasn't made me. Oh, there we go. A pin. 1, 2, and 3. That's it.
3. I think he put him to sleep there with that dragon sleeper. We didn't see Chris Princess hardly move.
I have to think you might be right from that. Princess could have been so exhausted that he just passed out from the applied dragon sleeper, that unorthodox dragon sleeper we saw earlier. Good gracious.
Well, we also saw the amount of damage Chris Princess took to the head throughout this matchup. We saw him take that big back suplex getting dropped right on his head, right onto the steel step. He could have just been dazed from right then, and now we see the 619 continue the damage to the head. I am not surprised that he was not able to stay awake. He might be concussed.
I seriously thought it was the end there. Chris Princess did the sparkle bomb, and then there was the count 1, 2, but then JJ was able to get his shoulder up off the canvas. I was in shock.
And we see that move put away so many people, but Jay Gion able to pick up a win in his Vindication debut. Possibly we could see big things from this kid here.
The winner of the match, Jay Gion.
Coming off his big win, undisputed against Youngblood Rude, Sergeant Hunter takes on Brian Black next on Vindication. And these two, well, I think it's going to be one hell of a match.
Hunter picking up a win in a match many people thought he was the underdog in, considering how we don't really see Hunter use submissions that much against someone like Youngblood Rude, who's a submission specialist. Now that we have that added to his repertoire, how much more dangerous is Sergeant Hunter? Let's find out tonight.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 256 pounds, from Nova Scotia, Canada, Sergeant Hunter.
Here he comes. Ready? Attention!
And Sergeant Hunter making his way to the ring. Excited as ever, coming off a big win against his rival Youngblood Rude, making him tap out on the Undisputed pre-show. And like I said earlier, adding some more submission moves to his armory here.
Yeah, but will it be enough to take down the tactical offense of Brian Black, a bruiser, a brawler? You gotta wonder, that's going to be a very different person for Sergeant Hunter to go up against.
Sergeant Hunter's a soldier, and a soldier always has a strategy. Let's see what his strategy is here tonight against Brian Black.
And his opponent, Brian Black.
The imposing, the brawling, Brian Black making his way down to the ring. Last time we saw him, he suffered an unfortunate loss against the Chess Club in a tag match on week 67. But he's hoping to get...
Are we not going to talk about how his motorcycle just disappeared?
Yeah, our stage hands are that good.
Apparently. Sorry to cut you off there. Please continue. It baffled me.
Have you seen their paychecks? They get paid more than me. Anyway.
You get paid?
Anyway, Brian Black. Last time we saw him, he lost to Chess Club week 67. You got to wonder whether he's trying to get back on the winning streak, as he's sitting at 3 wins and 4 losses. That's got to sting for someone with such confidence and drive as Brian Black.
Well, hopefully that confidence and drive can manifest itself into skill here against Sergeant Hunter. Let's see what he is able to do.
Let's see if Sarge has some gas in the tank.
Seriously, are they actually paying you? I don't think paying. Anyway, let's get to the action here as both these men get set. I'm predicting a brawl here, ladies and gentlemen, as they lock up and Brian Black able to take control of the arm immediately. But Hunter, like we said, adapted that more technical style, able to get back into the clinch and now dropping Brian Black to the mat.
Yeah, that start wasn't very in the advantage of Brian Black, as a big knee strike takes Black down to the canvas.
Takes him to the canvas, but Black hit another strike of his own. Picks him up on his shoulders into almost a landslide there. Brian, it's carried driver of sorts, and now Brian Black in firm control of this matchup, just kicking Hunter and lifting him to his feet, sending him off the ropes here. And a big drop toe hold. As Brian Black continues control of this matchup. Heading to the middle rope.
Black's doing a great job of keeping Hunter down. But I'm not sure that waiting for him to get to his feet is a good sign. Hunter on his feet is a dangerous individual.
But there we see the blockbuster from Brian Black, sold more copies than did in 1999. And now Hunter, but back on the offensive.
Hunter now in control, picking Brian Black up to his knees. Vicious strikes there from the Sarge. Another knee strike, sending Black down.
Hunter with the vicious knee strikes, taking Black off his game here. We talked about the bruiser, the striking style of Black, but we're seeing now that side from Sarge, as he's been able to mix the technical stuff he's learned with the striking very well. But we see back on his shoulders and another fireman's carry Michinoku driver combination there.
There's a series of vicious elbow drops there from Brian Black, and a third one to finish off. And here's where Brian Black is in his element, and again going for those elbow drops. 1, 2, and now for a third, a 6th elbow drop.
Not stopping there, showing a bit of cockiness. Not sure if that's the smartest strategy. And now we see Black
go for the big one!
Went for a springboard elbow drop, but Hunter able to roll out of the way there at the last second. Now Hunter back on the offensive with that big gut buster to Brian Black. And now lifting him up to a fireman's carry, a fall-away slam position into another backbreaker, targeting the side of Brian Black.
He's not really targeting the side, he's targeting all limbs. He's trying to essentially wear down Brian Black by targeting every area of the body, and when everything hurts, it's kind of hard to focus on where to go for. Oh, Sergeant sending Brian Black up and over onto the outside.
And now Sergeant Hunter changing the battlefield here, and now just raining punches down onto the prone body of Brian Black. Black unable to really defend himself here, as Hunter lifts him up for a suplex, but a big knee from Black. And now Black, this could be his chance to get back in the offensive, but another knee strike to the chest and a clothesline from Hunter.
Black is not exactly far from his element. The biker in him probably has had many brawls in his time. This is probably just old hat for him.
But there we see a bulldog to the outside on that padded concrete. Black retreating into the ring as Hunter follows him into the fire for effect out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere,
And
1,
that's gotta be
2,
it.
3.
And Sergeant Hunter picks up the victory with the fire for effect out of nowhere. Brian Black tried to run, but you can't hide from the Sergeant.
He was not running, he was retreating to the ring. You're the one who always says you should get the action back in the ring.
True, but doesn't matter if you tried to get back to the ring, whether it was a tactical retreat or just running away. Sergeant Hunter is your winner tonight.
The winner of the match, Sergeant Hunter.
Now a match between two relative rookies here in the CWL, Roxanne Ramirez and Lena Adams. Roxanne with a victory over Evelyn Diamond in her debut match hasn't been seen since, where Lena Adams has been thrown to the wolves almost against Vindication's top competitors, but have yet to come out with a win.
We'll see if she can come out with a win tonight. She made a bold challenge to Roxanne Ramirez, and let's see if they have what it takes to put on a blinder tonight.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, Lena Adams.
Lena Adams making her way to the ring, like I said earlier, facing some of the top competitors that the CWL has to offer, and Annie Thunder, Scout Mackenzie Taylor-Jones, able to hold their own, but has yet to come out with a win.
Well, we do see this. They call it the rookie's curse, that some rookies don't seem to do very well in the CWL. Of course, some are catapulted to superstardom, like Dylan Vincent. Can Selena find her Dylan Vincent moment?
Well, maybe against a competitor that has less of an elite status and less experience, maybe Lena Adams can pull out a victory here. Let's find out as Roxanne makes her way to the ring.
And her opponent, weighing 150 pounds, Oaxaca City, Mexico, Roxanne Ramirez.
Fear the Omega, as here comes Roxanne Ramirez down to the ring. And you have to wonder that this is a startling opportunity for her. Last time we saw her was on week 71 when she got a victory against Elite Evelyn Diamond. The Diamond won herself, and you've got to wonder, that victory has got her hungry for a second.
Well, we talked earlier about how Selena was tossed to the wolves almost, but Roxanne didn't have to face anyone that was a slouch either, and Evelyn Diamond, former women's title #1 contender. And Roxanne shown to have quite the dangerous, almost deadly style here. Let's see how these two almost rookies match up in this contest.
As we wait here for the bell, these two are getting ready to do battle and see who will come out on top. Ring a ding and we are off.
And Roxanne already throwing Selena to the outside. We saw this earlier with JGN. Big sunset flip powerbomb.
And immediately on the
Roxanne
attack.
wasting no time getting on the attack.
Ramirez just wanted to destroy Selena here tonight. A big fisherman's driver.
Well, she said earlier how she saw it as almost an insult that she went up against Evelyn Diamond, and now she has to face Lena Adams, who's yet to pick up a win. And I guess we could see why she's insulted, but here we see Selena able to fight back with that big, almost belly-to-belly suplex.
I do have to question what Roxanne has in mind there, because Evelyn Diamond's no slouch, but I guess given that win, she should have had a better caliber opponent than Lena Adams.
Well, Lena Adams, despite her win-loss record, she has been shown to be able to go toe-to-toe with the upper echelon here on Vindication.
Yeah, but
yes,
she's not the upper echelon. I think that's what frustrates Roxanne.
Well, maybe after a possible victory here against Selena, maybe that could be a thing that pushes Roxanne up into that upper echelon.
Well,
could she be the one to unseat them? But right now, Selena not fearing the Omega here, and Roxanne just staying on the offense. But Roxanne sending the action back into the ring.
Getting in just before we can get to the count of 20 there, as Roxanne begins the assault into a neck breaker. And she's very clearly in control. Going for a quick cover here. One. No. Selena able to power out of that one.
Powering out at one. Like I said earlier, Selena, despite a win-loss record, no slouch in the ring. Just has always come inches from victory, but never able to come to full mile. As she rips her arm back, that could pop out this socket of Lena Adams.
It's wrenching the arm, I guess. Oh, look at this!
And now undoing the turnbuckle pad. There's dirty strategy there by Roxanne, and now lifting Selena up into a powerbomb position.
Oh, I like this girl. She has moxie. Oh, look at this!
And an alley-oop right into the corner.
Alley-oop, snake eyes onto the exposed turnbuckle, as that's going to get her in good stead. Oh, but Selena Adams caught the leg.
Caught the leg and able to fight out of the corner there.
I have to admit, I'm surprised that Roxanne would be so blatant, but I think that was a great tactical move for her. But then, there we go. There's the arm drag there from Selena Adams as she gets back in control.
The quick and technical style of Selena Adams on display there with that arm drag. Now picking the leg, and we've seen her do this before. And now Roxanne in a very precarious position here. And a big boot to Roxanne. That is not PG. As Selena gets back into the offense here, but Roxanne back to her feet. And now sending Selena into the exposed turnbuckle.
Roxanne's making great use of the ring in this match, using it like a weapon as she gets the quick cover. One and no. Again, Selena able to somehow power out.
And now Selena able to get back to her feet there. And we see a big German suplex, dropping Selena almost on her head.
Roxanne's trying to power herself up here. Hulk up style as she goes in, hucks the arm, and an arm trap. Weird suplex there. Very unorthodox maneuver.
almost like a facebuster suplex of sorts. As now Roxanne goes to the middle rope, went for a rolling senton. Selena able to get out of the way. Goes for the cover. One. Only a 1 count. You've got to admit, Selena's had her best shot at winning here so far in this match. This has been 50-50 this entire time.
Nice heel kick there from Roxanne as she gets the upper hand against Lena Adams, sending Selena into the opposite corner, turning her around. What's she got in mind here? Backing it up and running into the corner, up and over with an elbow.
Into an elbow. We've seen this multiple times tonight. The Black Plague from Roxanne Ramirez. And Selena is out on the canvas going for the cover. 1, 2... No, not able to put her away.
Does everyone do the tiger feint kick now? Have I missed a memo?
Oh, there's a boot to the head by Selena. And now sending her to the mat, arm first. As he did. Oh, and a drop toe hold, catching her up.
Oh,
Both first on that middle rope. And now a Spanish fly from Roxanne.
good God. The aggression
But
on
Selena,
display.
able to sweep the leg there. And now getting her to the center of the ring. Oh, what's this? Trapping the arm. Into the Tequila Sunrise. Tequila Sunrise. That could be enough to put Roxanne away.
Smack bang in the middle of the ring. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. Roxanne able to kick out. Physically kick out of the move.
Oh, but
We've heard Selena. Selena maybe not able to get locked all the way in. And there we see a bit of turnabout there by Selena. A power slam into the exposed turnbuckle. 1, 2, and no, a kick out by Roxanne.
I guess turnabout is fair play, but Selena touts herself as being so morally incorruptible. I doubt that's going to do much for her image.
Yeah, I've got to disagree with the use of the exposed turnbuckle by both of these women here. Yeah, turnabout is fair play, but it still isn't necessarily right for her to use it. As now Selena going into a gator roll almost, into a crossface on Roxanne. We've heard this is the technical style here. Selena Adams.
Selena Adams is putting on a great show along with Roxanne here tonight. Turning Roxanne over with a stomp. And what's she got in mind here? What's she doing?
We're almost trying to get her bearings a bit. This match has been going a mile a minute. And now going for a pin.
I think it's a bit late for that, but as Roxanne powers out of that pin attempt there, I see Adams on a swift kick right to the face of Roxanne. That would nearly knock her out.
Nearly knocking her out. And now going for a cutter, blocked off though by Roxanne, and a big moonsault dropkick by Ramirez. That could be enough to put her away. 1, 2, no, a kick up by Selena.
Neither of these women want to give it up tonight. One of them wants to emerge the victor. Both of them want to emerge the victor, but who will in the end? As Roxanne sends a big gun stun on there for Selena Adams.
This has been the closest that Selena's come to victory as she pushes off the cutter there. And now just a series of forearms and elbows. Goes for a clothesline, but was burst into a neck breaker there by Ramirez. And Ramirez back on the offense.
Oh, the Tiburon driver. The Tiburon driver.
But she's not done. Not done after the driver. Into a big knee, into another neck breaker, just continuing the assault on Selena Adams.
Good gracious, what on earth is Roxanne trying to prove here tonight? And she's definitely showing, she's sending a message, I think, here tonight to the entire locker room.
Almost got an arm bar, almost a abdominal stretch there by Roxanne. Just continuing the punishment.
Well, you have to wonder, it was months ago we saw Scout McKenzie, in this very position fighting rookies. You have to wonder, are we looking at a future women's champion right now as Selena Adams gets control with a hip toss?
And the hip toss going through the pin, only a 1 count, maybe just trying to get Ramirez to expend some energy there. And now Ramirez with an elbow to the gut of Selena Adams. Now getting into a headlock, into a jawbreaker, instead of jawbreaker by Ramirez.
I honestly don't know who's going to come out on victory on this one. Oh, a punch, but reversed there by Adams, as Adams rolls in through, catches the leg, and trips up Roxanne.
Into a leg breaker there by Adams. Going to the middle rope, the top rope exposed by Turnbuckle, but no one was home with that elbow drop. And Ramirez gave him a bit of time to look into a big corkscrew elbow.
Did you see Adams just go limp there for that tiny second as Roxanne pushes that elbow right in the face of...
And now with the elbow to the head, Adams might be knocked out here, Scott. The referee, Dan Robinson, might have to step in and stop the match as she hits the bitter end. And I think Selena's unconscious too.
Good God. She's dead. She's going to be dead, man. She's not moving. She's not moving. 1 inch.
I think Roxanne knocked out Selena with that spinning elbow and then the continued elbows to the head afterwards. I think Selena... And then we see the kick to the head. I think Selena might be unconscious. We might need to get some medical personnel down here.
I think you should call for the coroner personally, but that's just me.
As we see the highlights here of the match, the black flag to Selena. Selena able to kick out. Selena, you have to say though, Scott, Selena came closest to victory in this match than any of her previous matches, but was not enough to pick up the win.
It was a great career for Lena Adams while it lasted, as Roxanne Ramirez picks up the victory tonight. Good God.
Picks up the victory, maybe at the expense of Lena Adams.
The winner of the match, Roxanne Ramirez.
You think you knew me?
Hello, we got Harris coming down to the ring, looking decidedly different.
Well, we've heard rumors of Harris possibly considering retirement. Maybe the hardcore lifestyle catching up to him.
I think it's that. I've heard these same rumors. I think it's just Harris wanting to get sympathy from the fans about trying to get some people crying in his corner. I think it's all a power play.
Scott, not everyone is as egotistical and conniving as you are. Harris might actually be having serious health risks. As you do know, all the time you're knocked unconscious in the middle of a match, it might just be injuries catching up to him.
Boy, egotistical.
I've come out here to the ring to address the CWL fans, backstage, officials, wrestlers, everybody. I've been going through some troubles here in the CWL here on Vindication. It's taking its toll on me quite a bit, and you lose your title opportunities, right back right after another, and you it's tough, you don't know what to do. You just keep losing, and now I'm losing to the new people. And so, I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and I met with CWL management the other day, and we came to a deal. The deal is that I just signed a 5-year deal to stay here in the CWL. I do not quit. I'm not a quitter. I will never be a quitter. I am here to stay. You know what? Losing happens. I've done a lot of losing, you know, and I've been trying to figure out how to deal with it. And you know what? I don't care if I lose anymore.
You think you know me?
Well then, big news from Harris. I guess you won't be leaving that soon after all.
I knew it was all a power play. I knew it was all a power play. I told you.
Well, talking about power, look at the power that's going to be going on in this match. The former world champion of Nemesis, Starfield, set out an open challenge, and it was accepted by one of the powerhouses of Vindication, Noah Morgan. I can't wait for this matchup, Scott.
Tonight's main event of Vindication is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Gladstone, Ohio, Noah Morgan.
Noah Morgan making his imposing entrance down to the ring. I'm not quite sure what's going on between him and the Fabulous Furious Freaks, but he's definitely trying to carve out a singles career, and he's going to see if he can do it tonight by taking on the Starfield.
Well, I think given the lack of communication we've seen between Noah Morgan and the Freaks, I think it is safe to say that trio is now just a duo between Ewan Smith and Chris Princess. But Noah Morgan here has something to prove after a loss to Chris Princess on week 71. He has something to prove going up against a former world champion, the longest reigning world champion in CWL history, the Starfield.
You may like him, you may love him, you may hate him, but you can't deny that Starfield was the man at some point. Noah Morgan gets to face the man tonight.
And his opponent, the Starfield.
Coming to the ring, the Starfield. You're right, Scott. When you said earlier that Starfield at one point or another, whether you love or hate him, was the man around here, and not just on Nemesis, but in the entire CWL. But those times seem to have changed, as Starfield has been on quite the losing streak lately.
Yeah, Mike, the key word in my sentence was the word was. He was the big man. And now, unfortunately, Starfield isn't all that. However, this is a very different attitude than we're used to seeing from the Starfield.
True, he was the one that wanted this match. Usually Starfield, from in past experiences, he's usually the one that doesn't really ask for matches. He just sort of shows up and takes which match he can, as Noah Morgan sends him into the turnbuckle. But Starfield appears to have turned a new leaf, as he also challenged 3 men in that fatal 4-way a couple weeks back.
Well, let's see if this is merely a tactical ploy by the Starfield, or whether he actually has turned over a new leaf. If he has, I'm a bit disappointed. I think he was on a roll when he was in that very aggressive state of mind. But as we see here, Noah Morgan is currently steamrolling over the Starfield.
Both these men seem to have something to prove here tonight. Noah Morgan trying to prove that the Freaks weren't the thing that defined him, whereas Starfield trying to get back some of that magic he had within the first year of CWL.
I have to admit that is a bit of concern. Tag teams, you know, when you break up in a tag team, it becomes you've got to make it on your own. You know, it goes back to you know, famous tag teams always breaking up. The Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys. You know, name any tag team that survived, you know, breaking up in any business.
And now the Starfield, Noah Morgan, right outside by us as he hits a big elbow backbreaker there. They're very close to us at the moment as he knocks into the desk.
I hate it when I get this close. Front position.
Able into a fireman's carry reversal there. And Starfield into control here, but Noah Morgan has had quite a bit of offense.
Oh, look at Alex!
Sighting into the barricade right beside us. The timekeeper right over there, but onto the pile of chairs there. Could have been a bit of a rough landing for Noah Morgan as Starfield gets back in control of this match. Noah Morgan off the elbows to the gut of Starfield.
And they're still continuing to fight out here by our announce table, and I'm wondering what Noah Morgan's got in mind. I have to admit, this is certainly an opportunity for Noah Morgan. I mean, say what you will about Starfield now, he was the champion, and a victory against him would be quite a victory for Noah Morgan.
Well, Starfield sending Noah Morgan to that turnbuckle, but you've also got to admit that Starfield isn't really the competitor that we used to know. Like we said, he has lost multiple times between now and then, and Starfield sending it back to the outside. Maybe that time at the top made him complacent, and he's just trying to kick that habit.
Maybe, but I'd say this is an opportunity for Noah Morgan, because as I say, against one of the, at one time, the man who was the top singles competitor ever, and Noah Morgan is trying to carve out his singles career. This is Noah Morgan's night.
True, and no matter who it is, if you can put on your resume that you beat a former world champion, the longest reigning world champion at that, it doesn't matter what that champ's up to now, it still says former world champion.
Now Morgan sending Starfield into the ring there, and are stomping on the Starfield here at ringside. These two have spent a lot of time out the ring, probably more time out the ring than in the ring.
As now Noah Morgan into a power slam on the barricade, crushing the spine of Starfield against the steel.
As I said, tonight is Noah Morgan's night, and again sending Starfield into the ring post.
This match has been brutality personified, as this match has spent more time on the outside of the ring than it has on the inside.
Big boy senton there from Noah Morgan. All that weight crushing down on the abdomen of the Starfield.
Crushing down on the abdomen, and Starfield blocking the suplex into a suplex of his own, lifting up the big man, Noah Morgan. And Starfield back in control of this one as he sends him into the ring.
Of course, you have to be careful of that 20 count. Starfield rolling Noah Morgan over, going for the cover. No, Noah Morgan powering out easily.
Powering out easily, but maybe that was just a point to try to get Noah Morgan to drain some energy. If you can give up the energy in the big man, it makes it a lot easier to beat him.
Noah Morgan just tripping the Starfield up, sending Starfield down to the canvas. Picking up Starfield now, Noah Morgan. Oh, ouch! And a discus forearm.
Big spinning elbow right across the jaw of the Starfield. That could be enough to break it or knock him out, but Starfield still alive as much as Noah Morgan just stomps on the fingers of Starfield.
Taking out the arm is a good strategy. It removes the supernova from the Starfield's playbook.
Removes that non-complete shot, and also we saw earlier how he tripped that leg. If he gets rid of the legs, he gets rid of Starfield's infamously fast super kick. But here we see Starfield on the offensive. Multiple forearms now. Ducks the clothesline into a rolling roundhouse kick and sends Noah Morgan into the corner. Now Starfield on the offensive, but Noah Morgan able to get out of the way. Into a back suplex by Noah Morgan.
Vicious height on the Saito suplex there from Noah Morgan as he now starts running his forearm across the face of the Starfield.
Running the forearm across the face, now stomping on the back. Noah Morgan back in control of this matchup, but Starfield has been able to come back a little bit as now he lands another flurry of strikes, but Noah Morgan able to counter into another back suplex, just giving him a little toss there for good measure. going for the pin, 2, and no. Just a 2 count.
That's the best thing to do in wrestling. Let gravity do all the work for you.
Well, that also is partially it. It does get rid of some of the energy that Noah would have had to expand as he hits those stops in a forearm there. Forever the striker is Noah Morgan.
Now Noble's trying to slow down the pace. Trying to keep the Starfield grounded. Of course, as you say, the super kick, the patented super kick from the Starfield is very quick, but Starfield powering out with some elbows there.
Powering out, and these two just trading strikes right now as Noah Morgan lifts him up into a brainbuster on the kneecap. That could be enough to put Starfield away. 1, 2, and no, Starfield just barely able to get the shoulder up, and Noah Morgan has to wonder, what does it take to put this guy down?
Oh no, looks like he's really angry at this point. He wants to win against the Starfield and prove that tonight is his night. Lifting up Starfield. Oh, a GTS.
Swordbuster GTS by Noah Morgan, but he isn't done, dragging Starfield into the middle of the ring. And now continuing the assault, the strikes to the Starfield.
No, Morgan. Maybe he wants
not giving him a moment to breathe.
Well, maybe he wants to send a message as well. I mean, this is, again, a former heavyweight champion that he's talking about. He might be trying to show everyone, look, I'm trying to take on a world champion.
And now lifts him up into the torture rack position. Torture rack neck breaker.
That could
be enough to put Starfield away. 1, 2, 3, and Noah Morgan has defeated the Starfield.
What a launch to a singles career. That's what I have to say, Alex. What a launch. No, tonight was Noah Morgan's night, and he's proved that he doesn't need the Fabulous Furious Freaks. He doesn't need anyone. All Noah Morgan needs is Noah Morgan.
Well, and you mentioned the Freaks. Chris Princess also had a match on the show, was unable to pick up the victory. Maybe Noah Morgan, despite his loss to Chris Princess, is the one coming out better from this split. But despite Noah's win tonight, you got to admire the effort by Starfield. Coming back in a big way and going toe-to-toe in strikes and power with the big man, Noah Morgan.
The winner of the match, Noah Morgan.
And now that's been it for us from Vindication. I've been Alexander Shaw. He's been Scott Sykes. We've been wishing you a farewell adieu.
Good night, everyone.
Feed me adrenaline. Keep coming back again. Feed me until the end.
We are live with week 76 of Nemesis. I am Alexander Shaw. He is Scott Sykes, and we are coming right off the heels of the Undisputed pay-per-view. I am excited for tonight's action, Scott.
Well, you're not the only one who's excited. This crowd seems to be all in on tonight's show, and we have a fantastic opening bout as tag action happening here for the first round of Nemesis. Rox and Holly Queen taking on Marilyn Benson and, of course, the newcomer, Noel Park.
It's a bit odd pairing again, not because of the reasons before, but now that Rox and Holly Queen are together, Rox attacked Holly Queen after their match at Undisputed. These two will be facing each other in just 4 more weeks at Global Warning for the Openweight title, but it's not about that, it's about tonight. Let's get to the action.
The opening match for Nemesis is a tag team match set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 131 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, Noel Park.
Coming down to the ring, Noel Park in high spirits despite her loss in a apparent concussion against Kel Valen. I'm gonna fill in for Tom here and say that she needs to stop dabbing. The dab died in 2016.
What is it?
The corpse of the dab has been shambling along to 2018 at this point.
What is it with my co-commentators and the dad?
It's just, you'd have to get it, Scott. But it's not about the dab. It's about this match tonight as Marilyn Benson comes out to meet a partner.
And her tag team partner, weighing 130 pounds, from Salem, Massachusetts, Marilyn Benson.
Well, what I've got to say, seeing this is, ooh yeah! Holly Queen making her way, Marilyn Benson making her way to the ring. I didn't recognize her in that get-up, and why is she wearing that?
Well, apparently she's the chick machismo, but I'd be lying if I said I'm not speechless at this. Just speechless.
I'm not speechless, but I'm loving it. I love a good throwback as Marilyn Benson poses to the crowd. I wonder, is she going to pull out an elbow drop tonight?
Maybe, but let's see if this new form from Marilyn Benson causes her to have a bit more success than in later matches.
And their opponents, the winners of the Undisputed Tournament, introducing first, from Pearl River, Mississippi, Holly Queen.
Holly Queen making her entrance here tonight, and what high must she be coming off of, Alex, after winning alongside Rox the prestigious Undisputed Cup? She might be the future openweight champion.
The openweight champion indeed has yet to lose a match in over 10 weeks here on Nemesis, but she can't be on that much fire as she was attacked by Rox after the match. It's going to be interesting to see how these two team up here tonight.
Oh, it's a powder keg waiting to go off, Alex.
And her tag team partner, Rox.
Rox coming out, yeah.
Oh, excuse me, folks. Scott!
Ow, not the ear.
Okay, you're gonna sit here, and we're gonna call this match like professionals that we are, as Rox makes her way to the ring, Scott, tell me a bit about Rox.
I think the visual speaks for itself, really. You know, Rox standing incredibly tall, one of the tallest women in the entire CWL, and Jesus, her claim to fame is the decimation of Kel Valen several weeks ago on Nemesis. She wasn't able to secure the title, but she was able to shock everyone.
Yeah, able to shock everyone as Harley Quinn and Rox shocked the world when they won the Undisputed Cup, beating multiple former women's champions. As this match gets underway, Harley Quinn using her technical background to get the upper hand on Noelle Park.
From Valen Destroyer to Undisputed Cup champion, that's quite a leap.
Now she could go from Undisputed Cup champion to the first ever open weight champion.
Nice Saito suplex there from Noelle Park.
As her and her partner will be going one-on-one for the title at Global Warning.
Of course, that's
Which I wonder, could a win between either Noelle Park or the new Chick Machismo, Marilyn Benson, could it pick up a win and maybe give them number one contendership for whoever wins at Global Warning?
You gotta imagine that. Winning against these two individuals would be quite a feather in the cap of both Marilyn Benson and Noelle Park, especially since they weren't able to go so far in the tournament itself. But Harley Quinn with the arm breaker there, and now wrenching that arm, nearly pulling out of its socket.
Going into a Fujiwara armbar there of Harley Quinn. A bit of an interesting mismatch here, as this is the team that got eliminated in the first round of the tournament, going up against the winners themselves.
Indeed. A big European uppercut there by Noelle Park, sending Harley Quinn into a friendly corner. Right there with Marilyn Benson, and there's a tag.
There's a tag as Marilyn Benson hits a big running leg, neck snap, and a big kick by Noelle Park, and now almost taunting Rox by going so close there.
She's feeling the energy.
Feeling the energy, feeling the hype, feeling the Maryland madness as she goes for the big slingshot splash there.
Oh, this is going to be a great night, Alex. As Marilyn Benson lifts up Harley Quinn, goes into a neck breaker, reverse it into a butterfly suplex.
Nice combination there by Marilyn Benson. Not one we've seen her pull up many times before, but Harley Quinn able to get back in this match. Harley Quinn yet to tag out, whereas Marilyn Benson and Noelle Park have been tagging. As we see her hit the explosive suplex there.
Very nice explosive suplex there by Harley Quinn, dragging not the unconscious, but at least Marilyn Benson over to the corner, and Rox just coming in with a stomp.
Yeah, well, with Rox in the ring, Marilyn Benson might want to just pretend to be unconscious. Just play dead, Marilyn.
Oh god, I don't like to see Rox that high in the ring. That's scary enough when she's on the ground.
Oh, went for the double axe handle. Misjudged maybe the ego of Rox there getting to her, but able to keep in control. As Rox's big uppercut there.
Ouch! I felt the impact of that uppercut as Rox continues to strike, but Marilyn Benson able to get control. Oh, but Rox is powering and pushing Benson to the canvas.
Yes, Benson and Noelle are going to have to work together as a team to keep Rox down. As we see with that DDT, she plants her with the DDT, but Rox just gets right back up. As she'll go for a Hurricane Rana, able to take the big woman down.
Very nice there from Marilyn Benson. She's in control. A nice stomp to the middle, and again a Frankensteiner.
Marilyn Benson able to stay in control. Maybe this new Chick Machismo look is causing her to have a bit more self-confidence. Maybe it's giving her the edge against Rox.
We'll see as Harley Quinn is tagged in there by Rox, going off the assault, and it's like Harley Quinn wants to drag Marilyn Benson to the middle of the ring. What she got in mind here? And a massive knee stomp right down on top of Marilyn Benson.
Right on top of Marilyn Benson, and Harley Quinn calling her to her feet. What could she be going for here? She goes for a big missile drop kick, landing it, but Marilyn Benson able to tag into Noelle Park, getting the tag, and Noelle Park now hitting a forearm into a low drop kick there.
Oh, she's all fired up. She's ready to go, Alex.
Ready to go indeed. As she hits the raccoon swing DDT. onto Harley Quinn. That could be enough to put her away, but Harley Quinn able to fight out at the moment.
Well, even if you hit your big move, you've got to wonder, there's the equalizer standing just on the apron there.
Just on the apron, and rocks easily over
Oh.
6 feet tall as
Oh.
Harley Quinn goes to the top rope. Royal arm breaker. And Harley Quinn is in the best position she could be. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. No, that was the move that got her the pin against Scout McKenzie to get the first fall of the match. Not enough to put Noelle Park away here, as Noelle's able to slip out of the leg block.
Able to slip out for how long? As it hits a good Frankensteiner of her own, and now she's managed to isolate Harley Quinn into a corner. If she can keep that up. Oh, but an Enziguri takes down Noelle Park.
Takes on Noelle Park, but Harley Quinn staying on the offense. Maybe a bit of ego there, maybe a bit of distrust from Rox. Not wanting to tag her in, or at least not trying to attempt to tag her in.
It wouldn't surprise me. She's probably still feeling the fresh wound from the knife in her back last week.
Or we see Noelle setting her up. Deadly Orchid. And driving Harley Quinn's head into the mat. That could be enough to put her away.
Yeah, but the thing is, Rox is going to come in and... yeah, there. Oh, look at that. Rox is saving her teammate. But now it's 2 against 1.
I'm sure Rox doesn't want the idea that if one of these win, even if they pin Harley, they could be the next number 1 contender for Rox's open weight title if she should win at Global Winning. Harley Quinn able to get out of the way then.
Harley Quinn now in control off the ropes, and a big leg drop there onto Noelle Park, and another reverse leg drop.
Another reverse leg drop there by Harley Quinn. And now, going into almost a royal stretch there by Harley Quinn.
Royal stretch is locked in.
And that's it. Noelle Park is forced to tap out to the royal stretch, as Harley Quinn and Rox pick up another tag team victory.
Well, she's the queen for a reason, and she's the reason that this team is going on to victory. You have to admit that that was quite the show from Harley Quinn. Rox did come in, and there was a bit of teamwork between the two, but there was definite hesitation.
Harley Quinn was in there for most of the matchup against both Noelle Park and Macho Marilyn Benson.
You have to wonder if that is actually a good strategy on the part of Rox. She's letting Harley Quinn do all the lifting, wearing Harley down, so that when they come to that big match, eventually, maybe Harley will be the one who's a bit more exhausted than Rox.
Well, there's still plenty of time between now and Global Warning, but that is a sound strategy there for Rox, as Harley Quinn and Rox able to keep the tag team wins coming despite their now singles pursuits.
The winners of the match, Harley Quinn and Rox.
Up next, we have Lisa Lovecraft going up against Clark Lance. A bit of a size mismatch here, but we've seen Lisa Lovecraft come up against bigger women before.
From one big woman in the industry to another, Clark Lance, and she's not as scary as Rox, but it's definitely intimidating to step into the ring, especially if you're the former GM of Nemesis, Lisa Lovecraft.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 130 pounds, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Lisa Lovecraft.
Now coming to the ring, as you said earlier, our former boss, Lisa Lovecraft, coming up short in the finals of the Undisputed Tournament.
It would rock anyone's confidence to come to the final hurdle and fail at the last second. You gotta wonder, is Lisa Lovecraft in the right place mentally tonight? She feeling a bit depressed because of her. It didn't seem like it, but you never know. Maybe under all that, she's feeling all that bravado. She's feeling a bit down after her going so close yet so far.
And her opponent, Clark Lance.
Making her way to the ring on her trademark motorbike is Clark Lance. It's been quite a while since we've seen Clark Lance here in the Cedar Bell, isn't that right, Alex?
It has been a bit of a minute here since we've seen Clark Lance has been seen since her win against Rox on week 63. This is actually only her second match here on Nemesis, as her match against Rox was her debut. Jumped and ship from Vindication.
What a match that was. Two powerhouses coming up against each other. But tonight, it's all about Clark Lance taking on Lisa Lovecraft.
And like I said earlier, a bit of a size mismatch. Clark Lance, one of the taller, if not the tallest woman here in the CWL, going up against Lisa Lovecraft. I can't wait. Let's get right into the action. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Here we go. As they approach the thing, Clark Lance immediately into an Irish whip into the corner, sending Lisa into the turnbuckle. But Lisa able to get the advantage, lifting Clark Lance up into a nice Saito suplex.
Nice Saito suplex indeed by Lisa Lovecraft on the offensive with the knee to the head. If she has any inhibitions about after her loss last night, she's certainly not showing it, as she is staying on the offensive here.
Surely not, surely not. Oh, she struggles, but she gets it. The vertical suplex by Lisa Lovecraft.
Big vertical suplex, and now just stomp to the head, a couple stomps to the head, as Lisa Lovecraft stays in control here, not letting the size difference get the best of her.
You can't think about that size difference. It's a factor, no doubt, but you can't let that get to you, and Lisa's doing exactly what she needs to. She's going on the attack, keeping that quick cover there. Lisa Clark Lance able to get off that, and you gotta wonder, Lisa, very strong, very determined individual. She's definitely showing that she can keep the pressure on, but unfortunately, she gave Clark Lance a window, and now Clark Lance is clearly in control.
Clark Lance finally able to get some offense in on this matchup, hitting a big knee to the head, driving it into the skull of Lisa Lovecraft. But you've also got to wonder, could there be a little bit of ring rust there from Clark Lance? We haven't seen her in nearly over 10 weeks.
Well, of course, as you know, most wrestlers tend to keep on training in those off hours. You have to keep your strength up, and Clark Lance looked to be in fantastic shape. She's not showing any ring rust to me as she sends Lisa Lovecraft for a ride off the ropes.
Yes, but Lisa Lovecraft does have a bit of experience fighting bigger women, as we saw her face Rox last night. Obviously came up short, so maybe this could be a chance for redemption as she sends Clark Lance out in front of us here, and it looks like things are about to get hectic.
Clark Lance float over, DDT onto the padded concrete here.
It might be padded, but that doesn't mean it's soft or safe. That concrete, even if it's padded, can mess you up good.
Clark Lance a double clap there, and a series of strikes, but Lisa getting the upper hand, sending Clark Lance right beside our announce table.
Let's get out of the way here, Scott. Let's give these two women some room to battle it out, as just a series of strikes by Clark Lance, sending Lisa over here again.
I'll give Clark Lance all the space she needs. Oh, good Lord.
Dear Lord, indeed. As Clark Lance hits the single arm butterfly suplex, knocking both of them out here on the ground.
Senior
referee Dan Robinson continuing his count.
Yeah, they got to be aware of that 20 count.
Big punch to the face by Lisa Lovecraft.
Lisa keeping the pressure on Clark Lance. I'm not sure this is a wise. This match could end in a count out if they're not careful.
Could end in a count out. as Lisa Lovecraft sends Clark inside, and this match gets back into the action. Lisa turns around into that beautiful German suplex, driving Clark Lance into the mat, and now Lisa Lovecraft not staying on the attack here.
No, that could be a mistake. She's given Clark Lance a chance to recover there.
Oh, but now tying Clark Lance up into a knot.
Score!
And a big kick by Lisa Lovecraft, and now setting up Clark Lance for a big face buster. Full Nelson face buster by Lisa Lovecraft. That did not put Clark Lance away. 1, 2, 3, and Lisa Lovecraft beats the size difference and picks up the win.
What a broken Clark Lance's nose with that final face buster. Ouch!
Lisa was able to stay on the offense here, not giving Clark Lance even a moment to breathe, even having the action spill out to the outside. And then we see that beautiful German by Lisa Lovecraft.
Look, better every time I see it. And there's the ending right there, that big face buster. That's what spelled the end for Clark Lance.
The winner of the match, Lisa Lovecraft.
Well, Undisputed was quite the night for Dr. Wrestling Jr. emerging the Nemesis Heavyweight Champion, and tonight he faces Prince in his first match as champion.
Yes, going up against Prince, but might not be the easiest task, as the last time we saw Prince was on week 56 in a victory against Dr. Wrestling Jr. But maybe this is a new Doctor to go up against the Prince of Nemesis.
The following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 150 pounds, from Tijuana, Mexico, your Nemesis Heavyweight Champion,
The
Dr. Wrestling Jr.
Now, as the new Nemesis World Heavyweight Champion comes down to the ring, all smiles, all excitement, celebrating his newfound gold.
Well, there was much excitement in the locker room when Dr. Wrestling Jr. walked backstage with that belt at the end of Undisputed. You have to wonder if that's got the Doc a bit overconfident. Might he get a bit complacent? Could he actually lose tonight against Prince?
Well, we picked up the win against two competitors, both formidable in their own right, Tommy Gunn and the Tornado. But let's see what he can do against an old rival, an old enemy in Prince.
And his opponent, Prince.
As my co-commentator would normally say, let the purple rain flow. But Prince has arrived here in the CWL, and he's here to do business and beat the world champ. And what an opportunity it is for Prince. Imagine if he would have beat Dr. Wrestling Jr. tonight. He's done it once. Can he do it again?
However, it's been quite a while since we've seen Prince in a CWL ring. Oh, exactly 20 weeks, in fact. We last saw him on week 56. Now, the finalist, one of the finalists of the Battle for Supremacy, is now looking to come back in a big way against the world champion.
The wonder, though, if the Doc proved himself in a fantastic bout on Undisputed, but Yeah, you do have to wonder. The belt does make people complacent. We've seen that with the Twitch belt. The Twitch belt curse, they're calling it. Will the world title succumb to the same curse?
Maybe it will. We did see something like that with John Spartacus. As now Prince right out the get-go going for a pin, but Dr. Wrestling Jr. able to kick out quickly.
I think Prince was looking for an early victory there, hoping to take the Doc off guard. Didn't quite work. Had a trip up there. Top drop toe hold by the Doc, and the Doc is in control.
Dr. Wrestling Jr. in control indeed. Now just laying it into Prince. As I was saying earlier, we've seen how maybe the world title could cause some people to become complacent. They've got to the top of the mountain. They are the top dog on the brand. They don't need to worry about anyone else. When in reality, they always need to be worried about the next challenger. And right now, Doc Wrestling Jr. needs to worry about the next challenger, and that person might be Prince.
A rapid succession of elbows there from Prince. Another one, not stopping. He keeps going. When will it all end?
Purple raining down some elbows onto Dr. Wrestling Jr. And now there's a 10th one right to the chest. As Prince picks him up. And now into a Slam position. Into almost a bit of a
swinging.
Oh,
and a frog splash. A springboard frog splash from the Prince. Oh, but the Doc with an elbow gets control of the match and snapmare takedown and a swift kick right to the back. Surgical precision there from the Doc.
Surgical position indeed as Doc Wrestling Jr. takes control with another kick to the back. And now he goes to the top rope. But if you're going for open chest surgery here, calling Prince to his feet.
It's not the Doc style.
When these two last faced off, it was the fact that Doc Wrestling Jr. missed open chest surgery that cost him the match. Goes to the pinfall there, but only a 1 count.
I wonder, will once again Prince see the open chest surgery coming? As the Doc's got Prince up on his shoulders. I thought he was going to go for an apple a day there, but no, go for a gun stun onto the ropes.
He realizes how formidable a competitor Prince is. He needs to wear him down quite a bit if he wants to get the pin. Now going into a bow and arrow there is the Doctor.
Very impressive there. Referee trying to see if Prince will tap and give up, but no. The Doc having to just break the hold there.
Gotta break the hold because sometimes you're expending so much energy that it just isn't worth it to hold it in anymore if they aren't going to tap. And Prince now back in control into a Tiger Driver in the middle of the ring. And the Doctor is reeling.
Nice Tiger Driver as Prince takes a moment here. Oh, and a crotch chop. I kind of like Prince's attitude.
Well, Prince taunting the Doctor, going for it again. This time hits the Hurricane Rana face buster on the ground.
Spiking the Doctor's head. And you have to wonder if that's taking everything out of the Doctor. I mean, he's not moving. Prince going to the middle rope now.
Going for a Phoenix splash, but he misses as Dr. Wrestling Jr. picks him up. Lifts him onto his shoulders. It goes for a big boot to the side of the head.
Prep the operating theatre.
As he goes to the top. Open chest surgery. He hits it this time. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Dr. Wrestling Jr. able to win against his old rival Prince.
What a match put on by our new world champion. I just wonder if this is the start of many victories for the Doc, or will his next opponent be his last?
Well, we saw him hit the open chest surgery. I believe he was unable to hit against Prince last time. That might have just been the secret he needed, the secret formula he needed to put away Prince here. But still a formidable showing by the Prince of Nemesis.
The winner of the match, Dr. Wrestling Jr.
Up next, we have a big matchup here on Nemesis as the Hyrulean High Flyer Ebac faces the defender of Sin City, Tornado.
Indeed, Ebac decided that he wanted a challenge, and he asked the Tornado for a match. And I don't know. I don't think that's a wise move. You don't want to go after the tallest man on the show. Ebac is just looking to show off if he wins, and if he loses, has an excuse.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 217 pounds, from Norwich, England, Ebac.
Coming down to the ring, the Hyrulean High Flyer, making this challenge against the Tornado as he's been a bit of a downward spiral as of late. Yes, he did make it to the finals of the heavyweight double contenders tournament, but lost, and then recently losing to Xander Woods in what many consider the upset of year 2.
I just don't think Ebac. I think Ebac has been. He had his glory with the Twitch Championship, and now he's been exposed for the untalented lack that he is. I'm not surprised.
Could a win though tonight against the former number contender put him in a world title situation? Let's find out.
And his opponent, weighing 450 pounds, the savior of Sin City, the Tornado.
Here's a man that's synonymous with madness, the Tornado, the savior of Sin City. I mean, I think he's a few screw loose. He's got a few screw looses up there, but he's a strong competitor, and he is tall and built like a brick shelter.
Well, the Tornado coming up short in that triple threat against Tommy Gunn and Dr. Leslie Jr., unable to capture the World Heavyweight title. But maybe a win here over Ebac could put him back in that hunt, or maybe he could go back for his Twitch title that he lost to Wes Bennett. Now, these two going up as the match gets started, locking up in Tornado using his strength to push Ebac against the ropes.
Referee looking for a clean break here, and he gets it. Not surprising given the history between these two. Oh!
And a stunner right out of the gate, out of nowhere, by the Tornado.
Oh, the Tornado said there'd be no continues. He only needs one life.
Only needs one life. All the other video game references you can muster. The Tornado is simply doing better than Ebac right now. As he sends him off, gets up, goes to the reboot, but it's caught by Ebac. And now Ebac into an underhook face buster.
Nice underhook face buster there as Ebac gets control. And now, looking to focus on the arm of the Tornado.
Bending back the fingers as now Ebac sends Tornado against the ropes into a sit-out spine buster. Shades of his order member Ace Anderson there. So Ebac keeps the control on for this match.
Ebac bringing Tornado against the ropes, setting Tornado for a ride. That's one of the largest rides I've ever seen.
Setting him for a ride as Ebac. Oh, I was about to say still in control, but Tornado able to get it back to that shoulder block there.
And look at the size between these two. I mean, the Tornado not just has a height advantage, he has a muscle advantage. Look at the size between these two.
There's quite the size difference, but for many times, Ebac has fought against people with the size difference. So, this is nothing new to the Hyrulean High Flyer.
Nice neck breaker there from Ebac as he continues the pressure against Tornado. Oh, wait, going up top, what's he looking for?
Going maybe for one of his patented moonsaults as he goes, and look at the height he got on that.
Alert the airlines, they might need to register that aircraft.
As Ebac losing control though to the Tornado. This is what the Tornado needs to do. He needs to slow down this matchup as a faster pace has to benefit Ebac here. As E-Back rolls him into the center of the ring.
That I do agree with, in that in this match you have a clear match of speed versus power. Quick cover there by E-Back. One, no, not getting the full count that he wants. Quick count, turning able to just power out of that. And a big drop kick there by E-Back.
Big drop kick landing on the back of the neck, and E-Back holding his own so far in this match relatively well. Targeting the arms, getting rid of the madness, as well as the prelude to said madness. And now just raining punches down onto the tornado.
Oh, nice vertical suplex there. I didn't expect E-Back to have the strength to pull that off, but I guess the kid's got some strength hidden in that hidden somewhere in there.
The CWL's gaming guru has some hidden strength that is often hidden from others, but there's that big moonsault attack as he lifts him. No way. No, a deadlift, sit-out, powerbomb, shades of Maverick Dallas. Rest in peace to his soul. As now he sets him up for the E-Back slam. Lifts him up.
Oh no.
E-Back slam. That could be enough to put him away.
One,
two, three. And E-Back picks up a big victory over a big man, the Tornado.
I have to admit that was not the outcome I was expecting here tonight. The Tornado has shown that he's a very strong competitor here in year 2, and I was expecting him to emerge victorious, but you got to give props to E-Back. He pulled it off.
He did pull it off indeed, as he was able to show some of the, as I was trying to get out earlier, some of the strength that we don't often see, the deceptive strength of E-Back.
Of course, there is one of the 2 moonsaults of the match, patented moonsault attack, setting up for the end.
Setting up for the end as he hits the E-Back slam, and as CWL's gaming guru picks up another win here on Nemesis.
The winner of the match, E-Back.
Main event of Nemesis here tonight as Alex Graves, the double champion, goes up against former world champion Tommy Gunn. Bit of an all-star matchup here.
Oh, indeed it is. The former Nemesis heavyweight champion Tommy Gunn taking on the Twitch and tag champion Alex Graves. Could Alex Graves be looking to add another title onto his waist?
And could Tommy Gunn, with this victory, get him back in the title hunt?
The following match is the main event of Nemesis and is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 220 pounds, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, USA, one half of Nemesis Tag Team Champions, and your Twitch champion, Alex Graves.
Not coming out with his new prize of Twitch style, Alex Graves makes his way to the ring with the Nemesis Tag Team title.
Of course he's not coming out with the Twitch belt. That's not his belt. He's a team. He works there with his teammate, and so he's going to come out with a Tag Team Championship around his waist.
Yes, that makes sense. We're preferring to be known as the unit of Truthless Heroes rather than as Alex Graves, the singles competitor, as he goes into this match tonight with all the momentum on his side on quite the hot streak. him and Connor have already beat all the tag teams here at Nemesis, and last night he beat William the Wolf Black and Taurus Fire to win that Twitch title.
And maybe people didn't expect Alex Graves to walk out standing up, let alone with the Twitch title, especially when he was in a match against Taurus Fire and William the Wolf Black, but he did it.
And his opponent, from Wichita, USA, Tommy Gunn.
Here he comes, the fortunate son, Tommy Gunn, down to the ring, looking very different without that belt around his waist, but the confidence that he exhibits is not gone. He's still the Tommy Gunn we all know and love.
Well, it's the Tommy Gunn we know. I'm not sure if love is a strong word there, Scott, but nevertheless, Tommy Gunn making his way to the ring, going up against Alex Graves, the main event of Nemesis. Let's get this started.
Here we go, and
As
Tommy Gunn, oh wait,
right out the gate, but gets caught in a spine buster. That could be enough to put him away, but just the 1 count there.
again, Alex Graves wanted to quickly steal a victory away from Tommy Gunn. Wise move there. Alex Graves dragging Tommy Gunn away, and oh, look at the stretch of the arm.
Just stretching the arm. We should expect an evenly matched fight here between the two. Both of these men sitting at 15 wins and 10 losses. As Tommy Gunn able to get out of the way of the aerial maneuver by Alex Graves, sending him into the corner.
Now Tommy Gunn is the one in control. Off the ropes goes Alex Graves, and Tommy Gunn go behind the sling blade.
The gunslinger there by Tommy Gunn. Usually he waits quite a bit till he pulls that out, but pulling out right away, leaving no room for error or remorse there.
Nice float of a neck breaker there from, or neck snap, I should say, from Tommy Gunn. Going up to the middle rope now. Is he looking probably for an elbow drop or a fist drop? What's he doing?
Come to his feet, goes for the blockbuster, sold more copies than 1999, as Tommy Gunn picks Alex Graves to his feet, but gets the leg swept out from under him.
Alex Graves is now back in control. The one half of the tag champion sends out Tommy Gunn off, and another spine buster for good measure. Spine on the pine.
Another spine buster, and now just tossing Tommy Gunn by his leg across the ring there. We talked earlier about the deceptive power of E-Back. I didn't realize how strong Alex Graves was.
You never can tell with anyone. You got to be careful. They can be deceptive. Size is a deceptive factor. Although it's a very good indicator, it never can tell the truth. As Alex Graves with a nice shoulder block taking down Tommy Gunn.
But Tommy Gunn back to his feet already with that jawbreaker. Goes into the reload there by Tommy Gunn, and now into a headlock.
Look at the athleticism, man. Look at that.
Bit of showing off there by Tommy Gunn, trying to get inside the mind of Alex Graves. Tommy picks him up into a big Michinoku driver.
Nice Michinoku driver there as he goes to the middle rope. Alex Graves on the canvas trying to roll away. But no, Tommy Gunn telling him to get to his feet.
Tell him to get to his feet. Going for another blockbuster. But Alex Graves said, sorry, they're out of business, and got out of the way as Alex picks him up into the corner and hangs him in the tree of woe. And now just stomps on the throat, cutting off the circulation of air to Tommy Gunn, and goes for the pinfall. Only a 1 count there by Alex Graves.
That was a wise move for Alex Graves to isolate Tommy Gunn, leave him helpless in the corner and get the advantage. But a nice knee takes down Alex Graves, and Tommy Gunn is now the man in control.
Oh, there's the gunslinger once again by Tommy Gunn. And maybe this is the cockiness that cost him the title coming back again, as not capitalizing on the gunslinger.
Indeed, that could cost Tommy dearly. Oh wait, look at this!
Fan the hammer! Fan the hammer by Tommy Gunn, and that could be enough to put Alex Graves away. 1, 2. And no, that is a kick out by Alex Graves.
Tommy Gunn was not able to pull a win out of the holster, but let's see if he can make it true tonight. And a nice arm drag there from...
He's got one more bullet in the barrel for Alex Graves, as Alex showing off with Batami getting to his feet. But not for long as Alex sends him down with a shoulder tackle. And another shoulder tackle. Continuing the offense, Tommy sends him to the outside, but Alex able to hold on. Goes to the top rope. What can he plan for here? Big double axe handle.
And that's it. That could be spelling the beginning of the end for Tommy Gunn. Alex Graves lifting him up. Oh, we've seen this many times before. The soul glitch.
Soul glitch by Alex Graves. Goes into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. And Alex Graves picks up the win with a DDT of his own.
What a match between these two. It was back and forth all the way. Had no idea who was going to pull the victory, but just like that, with one DDT, one soul glitch, Alex Graves picks up the victory.
It was as close as a contest as we were expecting between the two, but in the end, Alex Graves was able to survive the onslaught of Tommy Gunn and pick up the victory. Gotta wonder though, who's next for Alex Graves to challenge either the tag titles or the Twitch Championship?
The winner of the match, Alex Graves.
And that has been it for us here at Nemesis. I've been Alexander Shaw, he's been Scott Sykes, and I'm here to bid you a farewell adieu.
Good night, everyone.